Folks, what's going on? Joe's Neon here. Hope everybody's doing good. I couldn't be doing better myself because look where I am. I'm at the cabin. Sandy and I are spending the weekend up at the cabin here, and we just put a lot of time into getting it all cleaned out, and it came out wonderful. We're in the process of power washing it, and we're going to stain it. So we're pretty excited about that, but I thought I would shoot a video about what's in my tackle box. My grandfather told me when I was a kid, he said, if you look into somebody's tackle box, you can tell what kind of fisherman they are. And if you really know what you're doing, you can tell what kind of person they are. So he explained it to me, and years later I found it to be true. And I've gotten to be quite a little snooper when it comes to what's in somebody's tackle box. If I see you got a rusty pair of pliers that don't even open, you've got a fillet knife with a bent tip and a cracked wood handle and no sheath for it, split shot rolling all over the bottom, and a bunch of rusty hooks on lures, I probably don't even want to fish with you. So it tells me a lot about what kind of fishermen would have their tackle in that kind of condition. And that also means that their reel probably doesn't work properly. It's probably full of sand. The tip has probably gone off their fishing rod, and the line's been on there for about 6 to 10 years. So, I just thought I would show everybody my tackle box, and I'm not saying that, my tackle box is anything special, but this is the tackle box that I bring when I'm going to big lake situation and possibly fishing some of the streams around here that have trout in them. So I really am covering the whole spectrum of fishing in the Northeast when I carry this particular box. If I know I'm going to a pond and I'm only going to be catching, fishing for trout, my setup is much smaller, So let's go on through the cabin here, and we'll go through my tackle box, show you guys what I got. Got the cabin all nicely set up here. Loving the hooks on the wall. That's helped a lot. Got our little sound system all set up for later. Sandy cleaned the windows. Absolutely beautiful. Just set you right there. I think we'll get things set up on here. Started out on the right foot. The old PBR. Before I get into the tackle box, guys, I want to show you something. And there's a couple guys out there that I've already told that I absolutely love this fishing reel. This fishing reel comes from Walmart. Costs $27. It is a Mitchell Avocet 2. This reel is a 4 to 10 pound test line reel. It's got the rear drag. I absolutely love it. 4 ball bearing. It's just as smooth as glass, and when you reel back, there's no play at all. That's a sign of good gear work inside that reel. I've had this reel for 8 years, and I've beat the living shit out of it. If you can see that, the bail on this reel is really heavy. See how thick that is? It's a great backpacking reel. It's never let me down. Never ever once. Spools the line absolutely beautiful. So Walmart, guys, the Mitchell Avocet 2, and like I said, 27 bucks. You cannot go wrong. When the reel shits the bed, throw it in the garbage can. Buy a new one. But like I said, I've been running this heavy for 8 years, and I absolutely love it. This rod here is made by Pinnacle. This is called a Deadbolt Guide. It's IM8 graphite. It's 5.5 feet long. It has anodized titanium eyes. And you can buy these at Dick's. These rods go for about $38 at Dick's. They're absolutely fantastic, but like any rod, keep your eye on the tip so you don't bust it. I've had this rod for a long time. This combination is just absolutely fantastic. I love it. This is what I use in my videos to fish smallmouth, 6-pound test. I just love that kind of action. So, and I know a lot of you guys do too. But I wanted to turn you on to that reel. You know, like I said, Walmart. They're absolutely fantastic. So, let's get into my box. I carry a nylon bag. It's got 4 inserts in the main compartment. It's got some big pockets on it. I like that. Everything's accessible. Again, Walmart, cheapo. I beat the crap out of these things, so I don't need anything expensive. If I want to replace my bag, no problem. You know, my inserts all fit into it. So I'm going to take this down over here and maybe give you guys a different camera angle so you can see what's going on here. All right, how's that? Now in the main compartment here, what I like about this is I really like that the lid has these envelopes, and this is where I keep all my spinner baits. I've got leaders in here. A lot of the times when I'm running spinner baits, I know that there's a chance of northerns, so I always have my steel leaders along with them. You know, I've got different colors, different sizes. I always like to run a trailer, rubber worm trailer off mine. That happens to be a fork tail with a willow leaf and a teardrop spinner. Absolutely fantastic. Nail them every time. That's the lure that I caught that northern on at the fishing trip, and we were in the running for quite some time, and we didn't end up in the money, but that's okay. These plastic boxes, I really like them, but you got to stay on top of them. You can't just throw your stuff around. We will get into this box here. This is all my rubber baits. All right, I think I'm gonna just adjust the camera a hair here so you can see that a little bit better. This is where I keep all my rubber baits. Okay, this is great here. If you got these Rebel tadpoles, forget it. These are really super great. I got a couple spinner baits in here. I've got different size rubber baits in here. I do have some weights, different sizes of bait hooks like that I would use. But this is basically my rubber bait container. Okay? That's what I got going on there. Moving on, I've got, let's go to surface lures. In one container, I have everything that I would use to fish surface. Okay? You've got your hula poppers. You've got jitterbugs. Love the flatfish. Those are actually suspending, but I still use them for a top water. I love my popper style lures. Okay? And walking the dog lures. You know, just straight surface stuff. This one here is great for northerns. You know, it's just a walking the dog style popper type lure. You know, you get that out in the dusk. I mean, these rubber frogs here, this is a new company. These things are so realistic. It's amazing. And they work great. Big largemouth in the dead of summer. Go in the lily pads where you can't even cast anything else and just skirt that along the top of the lilies. Oh, man, the action's great. Let's go to subsurface and crankbaits, okay? This is what I run for subsurface and crankbaits. The size of your bill is gonna determine the depth that your lure is gonna swim. With those big bills at steep angles, that's gonna swim at a pretty deep depth, you know? And some of them have rattles in them, some of them don't. I mean, look at the bill on this. That's just amazing, the action that puts off. But you have to be in the proper territory for that. You can't fish a lot of structure with that because that really digs. You know, right down to a smaller lip like that there. And that's a shallow, real shallow lure. You know, but in a calm evening, that's a great lure to use. Just, you know, upsets the surface just a little bit. Here's my beautiful crank from Corey. Now she wants to be all stuck up. Did he hand painted? Mixing it up outdoors. What's going on, brother? Corey hand painted that for me. It's a great crankbait. It's got some teeth marks on the back of it, buddy. So, yeah. Subsurface. This is what I'm going to fish below the surface with. Different colors, different weights, different combinations. You know, I like to have a spectrum. I like to be able to, you know, if I need to run deep, I need to run deep. If I need to run shallow, I've got, you know, smaller bills on the baits to run shallow. All right, so we've done surface, we've done rubber baits, and we've done crankbaits. Here's my gem box. This is my main go-to box. I fish out of this box more than anything else. And if you guys bought Rapalas at all lately, you know how expensive these lures are. But there's a box full of Rapalas. I've got countdowns in different sizes, jointed in different sizes, floating in different sizes. These aren't all Rapalas, but I categorize this as stick bait, okay? And I also have my bottom bouncers in here, as you can see. And these bottom bouncing wire systems are great because I literally will use this as a downrigger because I fish out of kayak. Okay, I can take and I can run a 4-foot leader off this, run a stick bait at the end of it, and I can get down, you know, now I can troll at 15 or 20 feet and troll the shorelines off deeper structure for walleye. Get my stick baits down a little bit deeper. I love these bottom bouncers. They work fantastic. So, and I absolutely love my Rapalas, guys. You know that. If you've watched my last videos, as far as the smallmouth goes, absolutely hammer them. This is a cheese ball lure I got from Walmart. Or not Walmart. I got this from Tractor Supply. Right out by the front door. They had them in the bin. Cheap as hell. This one's got rattles in it. And I'll tell you what. I've been hammering the smallmouth on this thing. So, I'm really looking forward to going out this evening. Yeah, I'm going to run a Rapala, probably a small jointed Rapala. As long as this wind calms down. I don't know if you guys can hear that wind, but it's just crazy. So that's the main compartment of my tackle box right there. In my front drawer here, Corey, thank you, Stinkfinger Fish Soap. www.stinkfinger1.com. If you have fish odor on your hands or any odor on your hands, it's gone if you use this. It's pretty toxic shit, though. You don't want to get it in your eyes or anything. But this is really, really super good stuff. I keep lens cleaner here for my glasses because my glasses always get dirty and whatnot. This is a stringer that I made out of a big brass pin that I will use for tournaments if I get any big predator fish, because they can't bite through that big brass clip. I've had them bite through the regular chain stringers. In this side here, I carry my leader material that I'll run, you know, behind my my downrigger setups. I call them downriggers, my Dipsy Diver or my bottom bouncer. 17 pound. This is great stuff here. Super strong, super invisible. That's my leader that I use. I got a couple big bobbers in here. Guys, I always carry a wad of paper towels. You have no idea how handy that can be. Just think about it. If you're a hardcore fisherman, you know how handy it can be to have some paper towels on the boat, you know, or on the shore. This big front pocket here, I've got an array of stuff. I've got some of my rubber baits, more rubber bait in here. I keep all my rubber worms in here. You know, all different colors. I like these crawfish rubber baits. They work out good. You know, and I've got another package of my bait hooks. of different sizes and some trebles. I've got more trebles in there. And then I carry in this front pocket on the inside, I will use this to carry some of my smaller bobbers that I like to have handy. And I also, lures that I haven't used yet. Here I've got my cable leadered snelled hooks. That's what I'll use for northern pike. These are size 3/0. I'll throw the minnow on there. I've got my leader. That'll go to a swivel directly to my line. Plenty of leader. Nyla wire, it's called. These are great for northerns. The stuff is invisible underwater, and I think that makes a big difference when you're fishing bobber style with a still minnow. You know, little crankbaits. I've got some twister tails. I got a Swedish pimple in there. I usually have that in my ice fishing gear, but, you know, a little bit of everything in the arsenal. You never know. You never know. I've got a side pocket over here we haven't been in. Again, my pike bobbers. When I'm fishing live bait for northerns, I love these big styrofoam bobbers. Believe me, you get a nice northern that hits one of these things, it's gone, disappears. They will take the whole thing under. I really love my steel glove. Okay? It's a Normark fillet glove, and it's made out of metal mesh. It's great for not cutting yourself, but you know what? You put this thing on and you can grab a northern anywhere you want. We've had northerns that won't fit in the net, and I'll reach right down and gill them. If you do that, you're taking a chance of seriously cutting yourself or getting bit. With this thing on, I don't care. I'll go after them. Just to get them in the boat, I'll go after them. Yep, I got a little more trolling material in there, and I've got a back compartment. Now, you know, that's what's kind of nice about this, these tackle bags like this. How much, you can carry so much equipment. Here's my crappie kit. All my crappie jigs, different size lead-headed weights, and all different colors. Works out absolutely great. Oh, there's a no-no. There's a no-no. My stringer came apart. Now, do you guys know how to, if you're going to put a stringer away, okay? Let me show you a quick tip. You just take it, take the ring, put it on your pinky. Cross, 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 cross. Okay? If you wind it up like that, when you need it, come straight out. Okay? You'll never get a knot. Do that with your bow, your haul lines for your tree stands. You know, when you want to pull your gun up or you want to pull up your bow or whatever, crisscross like that, and it'll never knot. I'll just put a loop in that. We're off to the races. Okay, I got my bug dope in here. I've got a cheap old fillet knife that I like to use. I like to carry some gallon Ziplocs. You know, that's handy. Place to put your fish, you know. In here I've got some big unopened pike spinners that I haven't used yet. You know, saving them in there. I've got my Dipsy diver in here. This thing is great. When I'm in my kayak, I can troll at 30 feet with this thing. I can take it out to the side. I can run it straight behind me, whatever I need to do. I've got a large pair of hemostats here. These are handy as hell. You guys don't have these in your tackle box? You're crazy. You can literally get a hook out of any fish, anywhere. These are fantastic. You know, if they're buried really deep, that has an angle to it, you can go in the gill, and you can go turn it this way, and you can literally take hooks out of their throat. These are great. You can get them at gun shows for a couple dollars. You know, so I got a little bit more bug dope in here, the Carter. So I just thought I'd share that with you guys. You know, what's in my tackle box, and if you think about it, it's kind of funny. If you look at somebody's tackle box and it's just nothing but a mess. They got shit everywhere. Their stuff is rusted. There's line tied on the lures. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That ain't saying much, you know. That's not cool. You know, if you take care of your tackle box and what's in it, that's everything. You know, that means you're serious about fishing. So, I thought I'd share that with you guys. I'm just loving being here at the cabin, and I wrote a little ditty that I want to play for you guys. How come I can never get through one of these things? I guess I just don't like to make boring videos. I like to give a lot of information, show you guys a lot of stuff, keep it interesting. But anyhow, we got the old acoustic here, and I thought I'd put together a little ditty for you guys. Since we're talking about fishing, oh, I wanted to show you. I can't wait to light these up at night. Did you see? We put up bobber lights on the front porch of the cabin. So that's going to be just great tonight. Can't wait to light those up. So, alright. This one goes out to my buddy Chuck Richards. Let's go down to the fishing hole. You get the bait and I'll get the pole. Let's go down to the fishing hole. You never know what we're gonna catch. Let's go down to the fishing hole. You get the bait and I'll get the pole. Let's go down to the fishing hole. What we'll catch you'll never know. Let's go down to the fishing hole. You get the bait and I'll get the pole. Let's go down to the fishing hole. Just what we'll catch you'll never know. Everybody, pack your stuff up. Get to the fishing hole. I just wanted to show everybody what was going on here, enjoying the weekend up at the cabin, and just go show everybody what's in my tackle box, you know. I don't know about you guys, but I really like to see other people's tackle boxes. They put videos down on it, I'm all over it, you know. But for the most part, people who are willing to show their tackle box, you know, they got their shit together. It's not a mess, you know, and it just says a lot about a fisherman. So take care of your tackle, take care of yourself, and I'll be talking to you real soon. Thanks for watching.